Thank you, Angelo. Round of applause for Angelo. Great to have a little bit of culture going on in this. This is all very nice. Well done. Very nice. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a project that's based here in Berlin. Coming up next on LivePeer TV. A little bit about what is LivePeer TV. I'm going to talk a bit about the concept of television in general. Like many people tell me TV is dead, but I say long live TV. We're going to talk a little bit about new commercial models for TV. And also about the community space we have in Berlin for LivePeer and LivePeer TV, community space, studio, and the people that are involved in it, and a bit of time for questions at the end. So let's get started. So a little bit about what is LivePeer TV. So it's like point number one, it's the next evolution of a project I started about 9 months ago called Berlin Live TV. And this was off the back of I'd been traveling for 2 years with no internet, and I came back and suddenly realized that smartphones in our pockets are full broadcasting studios. We're all broadcasters now. You can just go to Facebook, YouTube Live, press a button, broadcast to anyone in the world who wants to watch, and you can broadcast yourself or broadcast whatever you're doing. And this gave me some inspiration to think about, what is what I have this power now. What do I want to do with it? What do I want to make with this broadcasting? Everyone's still alive over there? Okay, good to know, good to know. So being in Berlin, where I see so much creativity and media and culture and everything happening, people singing, making music in the street, making art, I thought to myself, I will start to share some of the stuff that's happening here live with the world. This was Berlin Live TV. I started with a smartphone, just live streaming stuff happening in the parks or in gigs that my friends were playing at. And then it developed a little bit more into some more substantial things with cameras and laptops and live streaming. And this is just the latest evolution. So one of the key things that I'm really focusing on with LivePeer TV is to use as much as I can open systems for my broadcasting, for my live streaming. One of the important things for me about this is it gives me a platform to be able to innovate. Like broadcasting through YouTube is nice and it's a stable platform and it's working, but there's no real scope for me to say, hey, I want to do something crazy with video. I want to do something different, because it's like locked down, closed system within the world of YouTube, within the world of Facebook, that doesn't give me like a creative freedom to be able to innovate. And it also limits other people from being able to innovate. So from my perspective, finding LivePeer and finding the LivePeer project like I did in March, April time last year was a godsend. And starting to be able to use and work with them to help build this new decentralizing platform that Doug was talking about is super cool. So another thing about LivePeer TV is it's a TV channel, in case you hadn't guessed. But also there's a community element to it as well. It's a TV channel by us, for the world. And it's also, sometimes I talk about it as a DAO. Who here knows what a DAO is? Okay, not so many people. So a DAO is decentralized autonomous organization. So decentralized, it's not running through a central point. Autonomous it works on its own. And an organization is it has some kind of semblance of structure and organization to it so that stuff happens. So this is a little bit how I think about what I'm trying to do with LivePeer TV. So some people say to me, Chris, why are you making TV? TV is dead. And first, sometimes I'm a purist with these things, and I take a step back and say, what actually is television? What is the concept? People think of TV as being the TV set like this, or TV is something that the government runs, or is cable, or it's Sky, or it's Fox, or whatever it may be. But in its purest form, TV is just taking images from one place and sound from one place and playing them somewhere else. So I kind of feel like live streaming is TV. So I'm sticking with the TV name. But it also, when people say to me, Chris, why are you making TV? It also makes me realize that we have, with all the blockchain and the innovation and the new concepts coming, we have an opportunity, all of us, to redefine what we want to watch on TV. Who here watches TV? Nobody. Awesome. Oh, okay. Doug sometimes watches TV at home with his wife, right? Okay. So I kind of taking this opportunity to define, when it comes to TV and the people who are watching TV, what is it we want to show them? Like, what is it we have the opportunity to say? What is it, like, let's show them something cool. So in terms of like principles of what we work with live peer TV, one is like trying to get towards a peer-to-peer funding model and also peer-to-peer connection. So for this I mean like the person creating the content connected to the person who's watching the content, and like having communication flow between them, live, real time. Like Angelo, when you're playing on stage and you have an audience with you, it's great when the crowd starts playing back with you and you're kind of like, yeah, so there you go. So trying to get some kind of semblance of live streaming and an interaction with the audience. And like part of me also feels that when we have this kind of independence from big closed platforms or from platforms funded by advertising models, we have way more creative freedom to be able to put out there what we want. We know we're not going to get censored by YouTube. We know that we can make some magic stuff happen with small teams of people. We don't need big organizations. We don't need the BBC. We don't need all these like huge, great buildings with people having meetings. We just need 3 or 4 people who know what they're doing to make cool stuff happen and live stream it. It's new principles of TV. The last piece is around how we go about funding all this. And like we're still in the really early days of working out commercial models. We're doing some testing. I'll talk about that in a second. But the target is all around like pay as you go, peer-to-peer. If you're watching something, you have the opportunity to pay directly to the people who are creating it, cutting out all the middlemen, peer-to-peer with digital currencies. But I think I'm coming on to talk about that in a second. I think I've touched upon this already a little bit. More power to the creators, more kind of freedom to express what they want, and opens up new opportunities for monetization. So like a little bit more about some of the work we're doing around commercial models for TV. So like this whole cryptocurrency craze that I think probably is like driving a lot of people to come here and things like this. For me, I see as like a huge opportunity to just redefine a whole heap of commercial models in the world of how business gets done, how value flows around the system. And I feel like we're in a position where we can really experiment, try new things, try new ideas. Like I work with a lot of creative people, and often they're stuck in the mindset of, well, I need to do something to make the advertisers happy because that's where the money comes from the advertising. And it's like, it's possible now to get the money direct from the people who are consuming the content that you're creating. So right now we're working on a system where we can take donations, and Angelo's QR code is a prime example of this. And we've had a few people. Hold that longer. Sorry, sir. There you go. Can you let me know on the live stream when you've scanned it already? You've scanned it now? Great, thanks. And strangely, we've actually started to have people donate money. Like we haven't publicized this at all, but money is starting to flow through this system, through the Ethereum network. So this is kind of nice. It's like there's a trickle of cash coming in our direction. If we keep doing this, maybe it will turn into a river, and then things will start getting really interesting. Next phase around kind of commercial models is around trying to make it easier for people to pay. So we have some ideas around mobile applications and integration in the browser with MetaMask and the different systems that for kind of managing Ethereum, just to make it like instead of a 10-click process to give money, it's like a 2-click or even a 1-click process to just say pay, tip this artist, give money to this person because they're cool. I've got money, I've got Ethereum. There's, how much is it these days, Ksenia? $100 billion of Ethereum floating around the world at the speed of light. Like it's electricity, it's at the speed of light, but yeah, okay. But the target, and this is kind of for me, the nirvana state is some kind of live digital media exchange. And like by that, I mean really purely and simply. I am sending you digital value in the form of nice pictures, nice sound, nice stuff happening. In real time, you're sending me digital value in the form of some kind of cryptocurrency. I don't know which one yet, and I don't know exactly how it will work, but I feel like we're close to a world where this kind of thing can exist. If anyone wants to help me, then let's get involved. Okay, this is an example of some of the experimenting I've been doing. This got me in trouble, okay, with some of my artist friends, and yeah, so it's kind of like using new things. Like when we're streaming, sometimes we cut to this frame. And a little bit is to kind of provoke and kind of help people to understand that like some of the content we're making, it's made for by people who need to go and do something other than play the piano in order to fund their lives. They love playing the piano. This is what gives them like electricity through their body, right, Victoria? And but sometimes they have to go and do like shitty jobs that they don't want to do to fund themselves, when I would argue that the stuff that they do that they really love is something that is of value to the world. Someone somewhere in the world would definitely get a lot of value in watching Victoria play piano. So this is the kind of world I'm moving towards. But then I changed today something a little bit less cutting, but just like CryptoKitties, really? People are paying? Who knows what CryptoKitties are? Okay, so for people who don't know, it's like people spending how much? Like $100,000 worth of Ethereum to buy pictures of digital cats.
Okay. But the thing is, like, you can make your cat.
I know you can make your cats. Of course, I understand what CryptoKitties are. Well, let's talk about this later, but it's the latest craze in the Ethereum like creative world. You can breed digital cats online, and it costs Ethereum to do it. So my call to the community is stop wasting your money on digital cats. Give it to the people who are making live performances, making beautiful magic art happen in real time and live streaming it on the blockchain. Please. Okay, a little bit about the community space. So this has been going maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks since we found a space. So it's Reichenberger Straße. It's meant as like, I think almost the European hub for live peer community space. Like primarily it will probably be Berlin people coming. So you are all welcome. Everybody in Berlin, everyone who's not in Berlin, also welcome. And the main focus around this space is to connect like the latest in technology, innovation, with the latest in culture and creativity. So it's amazing to see this place kind of evolve, but it's like people developing software in kind of one place and people using cameras and playing pianos in another place. And like we're all working in the same community to connect new tech with innovative performance. And it's also a lot of fun. So here's the address, Reichenberger 155, 5 minutes to Kotti. You are all welcome. Come and create with us. Nice. And yeah, here's a little bit of a detail of it as well. Here's the stuff about stop wasting your money on CryptoKitties. It's a super nice. Yeah, all right, Angelo, you've been here performing. There's a piano that Victoria plays regularly. So please come and join. And there's even a kitchen where we can cook some food. Okay, I want to talk now a little bit about the people who are involved in community so far. I guess this is kind of the corpus of live peer TV in Berlin. I'm going to start with the man on the camera over here. Say hi, Anton. Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. So as you can see, he's been the man like playing with this monopod and camera all evening and making the pictures look nice that we send out to the world. Hopefully he's making me look good as well. Is it working, Anton? You're making me look not... Okay. So cinematographer, videographer, here is contact details. Here is a QR code for his Ethereum if anyone wants to donate Ethereum to him. Hooray, nice. Okay. Matteo, who we saw talking earlier on about the natural language processing work. He's also doing a lot of work around sound engineering. He's also a very talented musician himself. and is just generally helping set up the studio space and is a good pair of hands to have around. There's his QR code if you want to give him some Ethereum. Victoria Priester, who's the lady over here, currently grappling with the camera, but her responsibility tonight is to make sure that the sound is captured from the room and we're broadcasting the really nice sound quality out to the world. Here are her details. She got a new Twitter handle today, Vic Priest. Follow her so she has followers. Roland, I won't spend too much time talking about Roland, but he's not here tonight. He's in Switzerland, but he's a very talented violinist. He inspires me because he started playing violin when he was 4 years old, and now he's 39. So he's like had 35 years. That's maybe longer than many of you in the room have been breathing. He's playing violin, so he's really good at it, and he's been really inspirational, keeping the energy going with performance and with music. So I wanted to give a thanks to him. Okay, so how can you get involved? Like, really broadly speaking, just come and join community in Berlin. At the very least, we'd like studio audience now and again to kind of provide a bit of atmosphere, and you can watch the magic unfold. We've had some really innovative, some would say crazy performances going on that we've been live streaming as well. Also, you can watch on livepeer.tv. We're streaming now still, hopefully. It's still working, Doug? You built as a nice protocol to stream on. Yeah, it's hung a little. Okay, never mind. Let's see if it comes back. Collaborative creation. So like, come and if you're a camera person or musician or performing art, or you have anything that you think we can stream live to the world that people will be interested in watching, then come, let's talk. Promotion and publicity. Like, I don't like to do this so much. I try to focus on the quality of the content and quality of what we're making and hope that it just speaks for itself. But I'm also aware that there's value in promoting and publicizing. It's just not my skill set. Mobile app development. A lot of the stuff we're watching tonight is like through a browser, and you can go to livepeer.tv and load up the URL. But one thing we want to do next is just make a really simple mobile app where you press the button and it turns on the TV. Super simple. No username, no password, no login, no Facebook details, no whatever. Just like simple, turn on the TV. So this is something that we're working towards. And also, if you have any crazy ideas on how we can use this whole crypto craze as ways of getting funding through the system, like we're a startup TV channel. Come play with us and join. Okay, last bit. I love being asked questions. Big smiley face. This is me. I'm Chris Hopcroft. Here's the address for where to come for the community space. Any questions? Angelo, you have a question.
This is something we can talk about more after, but I think I mentioned to you too. I have the thing on the 9th, the Muso, where it's like a house show that my friend hosts. And I'm playing, and a couple other musicians are playing.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And they were looking for a space.
Uh-huh.
In Berlin, like my flat we were thinking about, but it's too far outside of the ring.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we could talk about that. The places can.
So this is on the 9th of February in Berlin. You need a space. Okay, that's also my birthday, so you want to come and play for my birthday party? Cool. Deal is done. Thank you all for coming. It's been very nice to see you all.